Good afternoon, good evening, my friends. Welcome in. We are going to be getting into this momentarily. So, what I got planned for today is going through and going through the 3 raids that were updated in 6.2 that I didn't get around to talking about and the changes that are there. And then I'll get into some of the 6.3 dungeons that were changed. Yeah, so let's see what we can do in here. And pop it over. There we go. Alright, so I am going to be running through these as healer instead of tank. We've got the 3 selected, which are World of Darkness, Weeping City, and Dun Sky. And it'll probably take a while to get in there. There have been some new additions made that I have not checked out yet. I've been busy. And yeah. Depression's not a fun thing, guys. I hope you don't have to deal with it. So let us... Wish I could invite, characters on the same account to share a house so that you don't need to have multiples in some instances. So we will... I haven't done much, if at all, lately, so... Again, being busy. I've been playing Black Desert Online to sort of relax after my busy day because it's new to me. And I will get sick of it at some point, I'm sure. But I need to stay on top of things here, and I'm going to try to do that, because there's not just new duties that they release. There are old duties that they change. The patch notes for 6.3 weren't actually very expansive. They added a continuation to the Hildebrand weapons, and they added a new deep dungeon. And I'm hearing from people that the new deep dungeon is intense. It's a lot harder than the previous ones, and it's a bit different than the previous ones. I really should change that. Hey, you know what doesn't work? There we go. OBS likes to open up the widgets or whatever it is, the submenus as tiny as they can be. Alright. True linen robe of healing. We could actually sell that if we can. Let's see if we can. Anything? Yeah. We might be able to get some for that. Alrighty, my friends. I still need to do that. I have not even touched that as a tutorial. I think I've not wanted to do that one because it's daunting and it is going to require a lot of research, not just trial and error like many dungeons. It's in order to unlock every path, you have to do things. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Okay. So they created a free company that is built around magical girls. Minky Momo is an older series that it had a really dark ending. So going forward, we're gonna have fun. Yeah, the duty back there, it's basically choose your own dungeon. And choose your own dungeon is nice in concept. I don't think many people liked it because there's a matter of you want things to be you don't want to have to go searching outside the game to find answers. And I find that that's a major turnoff to a lot of games. Um, if if it's not apparent, the majority of users are going to back off. I mean, there are a select few that are going to continue forward. Um, and I'm not talking like, 5 minutes of searching and not finding the thing. I'm talking about like an hour of searching for something and not getting the answer. Um, they introduced a quest in, I want to say it was in the original, the 2.0, 2.x era. And you were not given any markers on the map. You had to figure it out yourself. And it did not go over very well. They wanted players to communicate with each other, to share clues and figure out how to do it. But, I mean, in an MMO, people just looked up how to complete it like 2 weeks after it was out. And a lot of it was esoteric. And a lot of it was just trying to figure out the meaning of the riddle type stuff. And unless you were extremely steeped in the lore at the time, um, you wouldn't have really figured it out easily. Alright, done sky. We will see what changed here. Well, we will elaborate. I've been through here a few times since the changes, so... Last DPS, please click. Please click. And they're going to time out. And we might get a different one instead. Or we might get moved to the end of the line again. Thaumaturgist Guild. So while I'm sitting here running around, Black Desert is a very frustrating game. There is a very steep learning curve when you get in it, and there doesn't need to be. The controls... One thing that just bugs the crap out of me is when you initiate sprinting, pressing left or right makes you go like this. So when you're sprinting, you go like this. And I like being able to, you know, strafe while I'm moving fast. And, you know, I press sprint here. Look, I can keep the camera still and move. Yeah. It reminds me, and I think it was heavily influenced by Atlantica, and just how the map works, and how skills work and stuff like that. You set things up and you just AFK. And unlike Atlantica, if you actually do AFK, you don't get booted after 5 minutes of inactivity. I can remember more than one night I set up a long crafting process to auto-craft, and I would go to bed. Wake up in the morning, you have been disconnected from the server. Log in and see that I got maybe 3 or 4 ticks before it booted me. And to be clear, I did not have a bad internet connection. My connection was solid all the time. The only game that disconnected me was that one. You couldn't select different servers or anything like that to get a different connection. Alright. World of Darkness. This one I've been through the most. The World of Darkness. 6.2. Welcome in, friends. We are going to be discussing the changes that were made to this dungeon in 6.2, and I apologize for the lateness of this video. This is to illustrate what differences have happened between bosses and whatnot from before the 6.2 update to the duty and what it is now. And I am playing this as healer, so it's going to be a bit of a different viewpoint than the previous video. But I hope that you will be able to understand the changes a bit more. Yay. We just DPS these things down. The normal trash, they're going to do their... One's doing voice, it got interrupted, which is good. Let's toss out a Medica 2 and a Medica. That's... wrong. Let's get a raise out. Okay. Okay, I'm a little rusty on healing. That's okay. Something to remember as a healer, and something that will make the lives of everybody easier. It's a little bit more work for you, but pay attention to the healers in the other parties, because if they go down, nobody is going to be healing their group. And if they go down, you might have to resurrect them as well. So, good tip is to pay attention to the healers, and I like to heal the other groups if I can. Alright, so first boss, Angra Mainyu. My personal preference is to be in front for the first. You get the white, and then I like to go to the back because there's a fair chance of being behind him for certain things. Well, I shouldn't say higher chance. It's easier to be behind him for most of the fight. Okay, so I'm not seeing any major changes to the fight yet. Let's select and focus the target so we know what we're doing. During this section, even if you're DPS, it's recommended to focus target because of Mortal Gaze. That goes out. People get that. Oh. It was too late. I was too slow. Okay, we got both of them back up. Alright, we got the additional denizens coming out. Okay, we don't need to move behind because we are already behind. So I don't see many changes in Angra's thing. What am I doing? Put the healer up first. Never mind. By the way, when you see those level 50 things there, you want to not be standing in them. Get over here. Okay. You got doomed. One of the best uses and really only uses for rescue is pulling people to strip their doom, because a lot of people don't realize they get it. Like that. Oh, I want to be on the white side. You back up. Always get out of the ring. Even if you think you're going to survive. It's always level 50 something. Or level 100 or level 150. So I didn't see any changes in that fight. At least nothing that I recall as being different. And honestly, that's the hardest fight in here. I remember coming through here a while back and not knowing something and actively getting us killed on Cerberus because I went to apply the chains, and the chains have a cooldown. So you get a debuff. "30-second debuff on the chains," and I made the mistake of being prideful and just like, I've got it, don't worry, I've got it. And then halfway through me trying to attach the chain, the debuff fell off. So I learned that there's a debuff there. Nobody interrupted the quake. Okay. We'll see how many people are new when we get to the end. It's okay being new, and it's okay mechanics having actually gone out. It's just surprising. And don't take any of the comments that I make as denigrating other players. We're all at different experience levels, and no matter what your experience level, you can still screw up. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you recognize, but for the most part, if you're pulling and you're not a tank, that's a bad thing. So not denigrating the people that actually started this, but wait for a tank. Alright, so paying attention to what's going on with this boss, we've got that going out, which is going to drop the bird, or the drake. We've got a stack mechanic. You don't want to stack those, no, that's... You want to trade that off to different people because you're going to take... Oh wow, we're already there. Okay, so this fight is going a little bit faster than I'm used to seeing. Alright, we've got two of those. Is that prominence or are those the birds? I think that's prominence. Nope, they're the birds. Stack for the mechanic. It does not matter. The only ones that can survive taking one of those birds the entire time is a tank. Prominence, we gotta destroy both of these. Run over here. I'm not being a good healer right now. So, you stand in the pool to prevent more slimes from spawning. So I'm not seeing many changes in this one. Okay. These, the ice, it's going to land, it's going to expand, and you do not want to be standing next to the ice because you're going to get hit every time it expands. You're going to take damage. So again, I'm not seeing many differences in this fight. Gonna be the tiny drakes again. And anybody that gets hit with those is going to be gone if they do not transfer them. You have to run through another player to transfer the debuff. Right. So I did not see any changes in that fight. Just felt shorter. So it's possible some of the changes that they made were to the health pools of the bosses. So we are in A group, so we go to the left. Right, for the Howling Atmos, these 4 spots on the on the arena will randomly glow. Oh, nope, nope. That person's targeted. It's recommended if you get targeted to drop off the edge, because you will be able to jump back up so long as people on other platforms are activating these. Notice how they shut off there for a second? Yep, I was distracted by deaths. And we've got a few people that did not make it in their sides. Here we go. It can be a cluster at times. Alright, so the mantra for this boss is A adds, B boss, C chains. Or B belly. A adds, B belly, C chains. So C tank is usually the one that tanks the boss. A tank usually deals with the adds. And B normally goes in the stomach. You need to get shrunk by the gastric juices before you try to enter the stomach, or you will get killed. It's an instant kill. Also, you never want to be standing directly behind this boss because of that. It goes out really quickly. You won't be able to move if you're directly behind the boss. Alright, he's going to do a charge on me, so I'm going to come over here. Make sure... Oh no, that's the gastric juices. My mistake. So the gastric juices, if you're going in the belly, you need to go stand by the juices, and then you need to go into the purple slabber, as they call it. I'm going to try to heal some people. But we need to kill the wolfsbanes as they come out. B's tank is tanking the boss, so they're not going in. Trying to keep everybody alive that I can see. I'm seeing not much changes in this fight. Okay. Boss is down. So they need to bring the fetters over. We will finish off the wolfsbane. Now this is the spot that I screwed up. Reawakening. You can attach the chains at about the K and still be okay, but you have to have enough time to reattach it. It takes a few seconds to reattach. That's what I failed to do the last time I attempted to do chains. And I owned up to it immediately. But you know how some people are. they like to take a dead horse and beat it. Right. So boss is gonna be dead. Again, I don't see many changes in this fight. It's possible that all they did was lower the amount of health that the bosses have, because it seems to be going faster. There's 74. Okay. We'll open you up. Don't care. I mean, we do care, but I'm not. There's something else open. Alright. Final boss. I don't know if there are any changes. I may have to go back and watch the other video and just see if I can tell. Because I know in some of the other duties, it's quite apparent what the changes are. But this one, I wasn't seeing extra markers, I wasn't seeing anything like that. Even ground markers didn't seem different. Alright, so we're starting. Because somebody face pulled. Alright, that person, I'm going to toss a heal on them. A regen. Just in case they get caught, they will have some form of healing. Boss is going to disappear. And reappear elsewhere. You don't want to be standing in front, or you'll get hit with that. And you'll get a debuff for extra damage. I'm almost positive they lowered the amount of health that these bosses have. Alright, we've got these going down. And you don't want that to happen. I will stay more towards the left. Alright. Dark clouds, you can slow these things down by standing in the middle of them. They'll get heavied. Usually they'll get heavied. Already popped my sprint, but I'm going for it anyway. If I had my sprint, I would have gone for that one. So if she eats any of these clouds, then she's going to have damage dealt up. I don't have any of my shield type skills yet. So we're going to do that. And then we go off into this. And yeah, it looks like this one's going to need the most help. I was right. The boss is going to come out. Get out of the middle. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, so I think on the whole, they changed the HP values of the bosses. Three comms for that. I could have done a lot better. But that's okay. No more World of Darkness. You know, if they would say what was changed in the patch notes, it would be a little bit easier to do this. But that's okay. I suppose searching it out is part of the fun. What level did I get my gatherer to? Only 12 on my miner. I don't even remember where I stopped with that. I used to be so organized when I did this, and stress is making this harder to keep up with. What I want to keep up with, I enjoy doing this, and I just feel stresses of other things are put on me that make it difficult to enjoy doing this. I'm sure we all have things that are fun, but when other people get involved or there's certain things going on in your life, you can't necessarily get the enjoyment out of it that you normally do. So that's kind of been the last few months of my life. And if I could get into a just like routine, I'd really like that, but routines are difficult when things are... Routines are difficult when there are too many variables at play. One of the variables that likes to crop up is, you know, do I actually feel up to getting out of bed? And it's not a matter of... If you've ever heard of spoon theory, there's a wiki page about it, but the gist of it is that you have so many spoons to use throughout the day, and you have to make decisions on where to spend the spoons. It's like, you know, getting out of bed costs you a spoon. Making dinner costs you a spoon. Cleaning up after dinner costs you a spoon. And it's judging if you're going to have enough spoons to get through what you need to get through. And making these videos is about a 3-spoon process for me. And lately I have been starting my day with 3 spoons. So like yesterday I had a karaoke stream, and that is definitely a multi-spoon process. It's really enjoyable, really fun, and good for the lungs. But, yeah, I couldn't get anything else done yesterday. I wanted to try to get on later that night to do this, but no, I just did not have the energy to... I didn't have the... I lacked the spoons. So if you're watching the long play of this, first off, thank you. Second off, yeah, life can be difficult, but moving forward and picking yourself up matters. What is it? I think it's the 70th axiom of highly effective mercenaries. One of them is failure is not an option. Failure is mandatory. The option comes with what you are going to be doing after. I'm screwing it up. But basically, yeah, failure is not an option, it is mandatory. The choice comes on whether you let failure be the last thing you do. That's what it is. So... I mean, I failed horribly in Hollow Knight. I I got really frustrated. I think I stopped shortly after defeating the triplets. And the Mantis triplets, and I picked the game up about 6 months later, and the game was just so easy. I don't know what changed about it, because I certainly know the difficulty didn't change, but maybe I built it up too much in my head. Maybe if I go back to Dark Souls, it's going to be one of the easiest games I played. But no, it was... If something seems hard at first, you can keep trying at it and get frustrated, or you can take a break and come back later. And I'm a break and come back later type of person. Weeping City of Mahak. Let's see if we can get in the first time, or if we're going to have to sit and wait. Come on, my friends, please. Alright, we're just waiting for one more healer. The Weeping City of Mahak. 6.2 update. Gonna say sorry for this being late. I know 6.2 was many months ago, so we will get through here and point out the changes that I see. I just ran the World of Darkness, and I didn't see any changes, but the bosses felt like they had probably about 80% of their hit points comparatively. So I'm running this as a healer, and I am hoping not to let anybody die. I may switch over to tank to do the dungeons because it's a lot easier. There's less to pay attention to. Alright, they're all stun resistant, so not. Oof. Alright. I got hit by more than one, it looks like. So, if you die on trash, especially here, resurrect and run back. because you don't necessarily want to enter the boss fight with the debuff. That death was purely my fault because I got greedy and wanted to holy spam. Also a reason that I do not like to holy spam stuff. Right, we get rid of these guys. And we've unlocked the boss. Alright, so Arachne Eve. This is a boss that you want to focus the target. Alright, so we got markers going out on them for this ability. Digestive juices on the ground, so you don't want to stand in them unless you need to. Alright. Not where I want to be standing, so sprint, hit, heal. And I'm gonna get caught. Nope. But I will stand over here and I will break the bindings on anybody that's over there. Right, let's get a big heal out. We get thrown up into the canopy. Creates a net. I'm going to drop down and heal the people down below. So we want to be looking for... Well, we want to kill that. We want to be looking for the spitting spider and where it dies. So he's going to create a hole in the web. We fall down. Going to heal. Going to heal. We are going to... Get the people up there? No, it will not. Cannot target him. Okay. So we want to destroy the web maiden. We want to destroy the keynote. Keynote. As soon as they fall, I'm going to do a big heal. AoE heal, I should say. Try to make sure everybody's okay. Okay, we got somebody that's going to be gooped. Tried to move away, failed. Alright. Important to know where you're standing. So far this fight seems ordinary. Okay, we're gonna have Frond Afference coming up momentarily. Dark Spike. And then we should have Frond next. There it is. Fronda feared. You don't want to be looking at her, because you will get feared. So again, this fight seems normal. Alright, these three are important, because you gotta stand on them, because you will get sucked in. Oh, those guys are... Everybody standing here is probably gonna die. Yep. You want to be standing farther away than that. A lot farther away. At this point in their life, you just burn, burn, burn. We do not want that to get to the boss. And it didn't. Boss died. Alrighty. I think there were changes made to the second boss. Oh, I do have access to my lilies. Alright, that's going to make healing a lot easier now. Ooh.
What are we going to do with them, Mr. Flibble?
Oh.
We can't possibly do that. Who'd
Wow.
clear up the mess?
Thank you for the raid, Max. I'm in teaching mode right now. Welcome in, raiders. I hope you're ready to learn about how to do some fights in Final Fantasy XIV. Glad to have you in. I'm doing all right. Just explaining fights. They made changes to some dungeons, so I'm going over the changes to the dungeons today. I think this might be my last for today, because my energy reserves are running low. But it can be chaos, it can be chaos. This next boss fight, stick around for it. If you can, we'll be there in less than a minute. That's the last trash. This next boss fight is chaotic, and I will try to narrate it as best I can. Alrighty. So, Forgal. Just a spindly old man sitting on an orb. Alright. So, the boss has some interesting abilities. First thing he does, he's going to resurrect these things. The green pools that appear on the ground are going to be critical after the actual ads phase. This is not the ads phase, this is just trash phase. This is still trash phase. So standing in one of these pools will give you a stack of almost zombified. Standing in two of them makes you a zombie. That is important because you need to be half dead in order to survive one of the attacks the boss does. You have to stand in one of these, prevent them from damaging the entire raid when they explode. Like that. If we weren't standing in those, everybody would have taken a significant portion of damage. Alright, Brand of the Fallen. This is also known as the Dorito. If you get the Dorito, stack. Otherwise, watch this guy. He turns into a frog. Turned into a frog because he didn't stack on the Doritos. Alright, so this is the precursor that will let you know what's coming up in the second half. The green orbs didn't go off. We're now in the ads phase. So the boss is dying quickly, which is a good thing. Always kill the succubus first. The one on the right, the Agenti cannot be tanked. The Dahak should be tanked facing away from the party. But the succubus needs to be stunned or killed before Beguiling Mist goes off. Alright, we got another one of these. In the middle of the ads phase, you gotta pay attention to this, and we might see this actually affect us. So there's one over there. Oh. Anytime you see an eye icon on any enemy, don't be looking towards it. Alright. Let's do an asylum. Protect everybody. Now, there will be green orbs that appear that we want to stand inside. Yep, you only want to stand in one, and they can overlap, so always stand in one, or you are going to die like half these people are. Yep, anybody that's not standing in this, it doesn't get the gradual zombification. Like, I'm gonna prepare a res for this person. At least we had one tank that knew what to do. I'm hoping that they will get the tank up. Alright, we got another coming up. Standing next to the orb is a good idea. Standing in multiple is not a good idea. Some people did it again. Just watch, we both raised the same person. Good, we didn't. Hellwind. This is a... Good, I got it off in time. So Hellwind drops everybody's health down to 0. The main tank usually dies at that spot. And we got a bunch of people that get turned into frogs. Let's see how everybody took damage when nobody was standing on one. That's what happens. So, the boss can be very chaotic. But technically the next boss is the one that broke people. That made people just stop running this place initially. It's a boss called Ozma. And this is the one I am for sure has had some changes because before 6.2, the boss would still cause wipes very frequently. And I don't think I've run it since 6.2 with a single wipe, so... Hey, I didn't get turned into a frog. It was the others. So this is still trash. You split. A goes left, B goes middle, C goes right. Because we got a little button on each one that we need to press at some point. Taking this thing, you want to take and turn it around. Like that. Then we got the Void Fire. Build a fire. Build a fire before it goes off. And then we got this Parthenope. Nope, 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 nope. I'm gonna stand here and wait for the button to trigger, and then run out there and hide under the shield so I don't get killed. There we go. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. A lot of mechanics that you pick up on as you go through these. Traditional shuttlecocks are made with feathers. And they will sort through many different feathers to get the right shaped ones to make them fly appropriately. And for anybody watching this on YouTube, I'm responding to chat. Alright. Ozma. Ozma is a giant floating ball that changes shape. That is Ozma. So to prepare for this fight, A goes left, that platform there, B stays here, C goes over there. And you hope that nobody activates the fight before people are in position. Don't face pull. And remind people that you can fall off the edge. Because Steve's tank just did. Alright. Looks like we're going to be ready. It's been pulled. Right, so wherever the tank is standing, you do not want to stand next to the tank. You want to be standing off to the side of the tank. If you get marked with this, the traditional methods are going back or to the left. Because it's going to create an epicenter AoE, which drops a meteor, and you get a singularity fragment that's going to need to be killed. Alright, I'm going to fall back a bit, just in case. Ozma's going to change shape. And they're going cube. So cube requires... Okay, if you want to do it, go like this, eat that. Oh crap, I'm not targeting myself. I wasn't targeting myself, so my heal went off on somebody else. Otherwise, you eat those orbs that come in. For the square phase, you don't want to be standing on the tank because the beam goes through everybody that's there. And if you're standing on the tank, you take damage from that. Alright, we get sucked into the hole. While in the hole, you come, you stand on this platform. You make sure you got enough people standing on the platform because it removes the shield on the next one over. Yellow, yellow, blue, blue, pink, pink. Or purple if you want to call it purple. Fuchsia. You burn down everything, you stay standing on it until all of them are gone. And then you can move. Alright, Ozma Shade. Little mini boss that will get one attack off before we have to kill it. Assimilation, just look away. If you don't, you get a stacking debuff that will gradually increase, like over here. It's up to 3 stacks on the person the mouse is over. But it disappears after you defeat the Shade. Alright, we're back at Ozma. And is going triangle. So, triangle pyramid, you want to not be stacking on the middle because of that. You get minied. You get so much stuff going on. And Let's get a swift cast raise on the other healer. But, yeah, that illustrates what you're not supposed to do in this fight. Crap. You'll occasionally get a bleeding debuff from various sources. Okay, Square, you don't want to be standing on the tank. You'll see that the people that are standing on the tank will take massive damage. Alright, we got all the orbs taken care of there. I need to heal myself. Okay. I need to heal myself. Oh. We got an issue with some dead healers. I'm going to see if I can't assist. I can't reach. Get an asylum down. That might... Okay, I need to go over and I need to res somebody over here. Or the boss gets killed. Nope. Boss did not get killed. But I got a res out on the healer. Healer comes up. Get a regen on it. This is a fight that you want to pay attention. You do not want to be standing on the middle platform for that. Alright, so... If this had been pre-6.2, that would have been a wipe. The boss is considerably easier. The mechanics don't stack as much as they did previously. And the last boss is basically the incarnation of hair. Hello, Fisteri. So if you're still hanging around from the raid, I'm glad you're here. Sorry I'm not as interactive. I try to focus on teaching when I'm doing this. Some days I'll play for fun, but this is specifically me teaching, making videos, so that newcomers to the game have something to watch and learn from, because a lot of the videos that are out there are from when the content was new, before there were changes. So, it's kind of a niche area, but it is still a very important area, because new players every day, and I think everybody deserves a chance to get to know what's going on. Alright, so hair turns into a claw on that side. You do not want to be standing on the side with the claw, because it hits half. The appropriate method these days is the tank will turn the boss, like the tank did here, so that people over here don't have to scramble. If you're playing a healer and somebody gets hit by that, you want to immediately target them and Isuna. Alright, so somebody set off one of the entanglement traps. You want to destroy that, or anybody that's sucked in with it will get killed. So, change. In this fight, there are normally 2 traps. They have altered that down to 1 trap. Yeah, there's only 1 trap now. And it comes out with the bijos. Alright, the small ones charge faster than the large ones, so you want to destroy the small ones first. There will be a sewing needle attack that hits. I'm getting targeted with the sewing needle attack. If you're unfamiliar with what a sewing needle attack is, it moves like a sewing needle, but it only went off once. We got a res off. Alright, phase 2. Pretty much like phase 1. Boss will bring out the hair again. Tank will turn. If the tank doesn't turn, pay attention to which side the claw is going to be on. Alright, so for this one, if you're looking at the boss, you will be drawn in. If your character is looking at the boss, you'll be drawn in. If you are not looking at the boss, you will be... Never mind. That's not this attack. This is axes. You want to be beneath. You do not want to be underneath the hammers. Alright. We got 2 of the traps now. So they changed the first half of the fight to only have 1 trap, and then the second half to have 2. This is the part where you want to be looking away. You'll be forced away or pulled in. And if you get pulled in, you get knocked up by the hammers. Oh, creep. Boss does a depth charge with blade out. And yeah, a lot's happening, and I apologize for not saying what's going on as it's happening. So, the central thing, you want to be pushed out, and you don't want to be standing next to any of the hammers. This one, you do not want to be standing in either of those spots or where they might cross, because a claw is going to come up and it's going to shoot stuff across the map. So you don't want to be standing underneath it, near it. Oh, you can stand underneath it, apparently. Behind it. Alright. But for the most of this, the boss is pretty much dead at this point. So, Nope, nope, nope. Run, 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 run. I still prefer on finishing mechanics before trying to defeat the boss. Because sometimes you lose because you ignore the mechanic in trying to burn the boss down. So, the changes in that fight were the change to the trap. Boss did not seem like it had lost hit points, though. So, that is the end of Weeping City. Toss out. Yeah, you look menacing. Alright. So, again, for anybody that's just joining me, I am Sentient Dessert, I am Flan. I stream random stuff. I make videos for Final Fantasy XIV that's tutorials. I've got over 200 videos that are up for every single duty up to the newest content. The long plays are there as well, so if you want to see what goes on between the things or whatever's going on, I don't cut the videos down to just boss fights. I do the whole video because I feel that the whole dungeon, because I feel that there is a deep importance of knowing what's going on between the fights, because there are some trash pulls that are strange, and everybody does things differently when it comes to how you do things. Like, I don't like to use holy spam as a white mage, even though it is a valid tactic. I like keeping the tank alive. So, I actually got into an argument with a tank a while ago, a few months back, because they were being very condescending and telling me that you need to play like this. And it's like, you're extremely difficult to keep alive. I am going to play healing you, and I'm not going to be doing the holy spam because you drop like a sack of bricks from one hit from these things. You don't have the armor to be tanking this. So, yeah. One thing about the game, it's considered harassment to tell people how to play. So, don't do it. I'm giving examples as to what you can do to play to make things better, to get through duties with little effort. And yes, I screw up. Admit that. So I also do karaoke. I try to do that every Saturday, and I've been very remiss in the past few months for spoon reasons that I spoke of before, the raid, I don't have the energy to do the nightly streams, and it's been bothering me that I haven't been able to do that. So I'm I do a bunch of things. I play for fun, and I enjoy when people come in, and I enjoy when I get phone calls in the middle of a stream. And I really enjoy when my phone just doesn't want to acknowledge that, you know, something's happening. So I welcome in, Raiders. A little bit late for it, but welcome in. Not trying to ignore anybody. It's just extremely difficult when you are focusing on doing multiple things at once. But I will be right back. I have got to go and check on my mother because she just called me. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. She has the beginnings of migraine, so needed a few things taken care of. Let's get back to it. If anybody's in chat, hi. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Scrolling up, welcome in Melza. Welcome in Barbie Status. Welcome in Chula. Papa Smacks. Lady Debbie. thank you for coming in on the raid, and I apologize if anything was just off when you came in, so trying to stay on top of stuff. I need to come up with a script when I get raided. It doesn't happen often, so I freak out. And especially a 30-man raid, wow. That was something. Alright. So, the only one we've got left to do is Dun Sky. And I don't have the energy to do Dun Sky. So, we're going to bring out our little checklist. Mark off the 2 that we've done. Look at the others that need to be done for 6.3. And... oh! They changed the anti-tower. Let's turn the music off. Huh. Well, I'm sorry that this is gonna be a short stream, and we're definitely gonna share the love around. If any of the raiders are still here, we're gonna find somebody to raid out to, because I'm exhausted now. So, let's find somebody that is doing something that is a bit more high energy. All right, who do we have? Well, we're gonna hit Anna Serve. Or Anna Curve, I don't know. They are doing a walking around live stream, so let's just... there's somebody in the circle, in the community, so show some love when you get there. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful night, okay? And I'm sorry it was so short, but take care.